Hi! Mondays are tough, but they seem to be less tough with KETS in your life. And having said that, before we get cracking, if you want to take this time to DM your ex, your crush, your boss, this is really the sign that you've been waiting for, so do it. We'll even give you some time now.
Yeah.
Right, that should be all the time it takes to text you up on a Monday evening. Let's get into the episode. As with every Monday, I am joined by the enigmatic, the lovely, the vivacious Chloë Melville. Chloë, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Woof, Chloe dog. And
that was clearly practiced. Some would say you didn't really commit on the woof there.
Okay, woof. That's just louder. Hey, it's not that much better.
Yeah, no, I would give that a...
Yeah.
No dogs would... If you bark like that in the park, you're not going to make friends.
But yeah, I just want to take this time to say like, subscribe, share.
Share it like an STD in Plet Rage. At Plet Rage. Are we going to Plet Rage, Chloë? Turn back the time?
Rage.
Turn back the clock?
That's something that I don't understand is why do people go to Plet Rage when they're like 19 and older? Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's like when you're 18, you're not meant to go back to Plet Rage. You know, Plet Rage is something that you do once.
Yes, it's for matrix. I believe they call it... What do they call it when you graduate university?
Oh my God. Graduate.
Yes, that is one of the terms they use. But an alumni pass. A discount. So if you've been to Plet Rage before, you can buy an alumni pass because you've graduated the streets. Sorry that we're taking a bit of time in the morning to get going. It is, of course, we record these on a Monday morning for you. Then I get in the kitchen like Chef Gordon Ramsay and chop that episode up. Lots of graphic design from Chlo Dog.
Thank you.
We're really telling them how the sausage is made this morning.
Yes, indeed.
How is sausage made?
It depends on the person, really. Fish wash.
Okay, I thought you were taking it to a dick reference, and I said, no, Chloë, please,
No.
You cannot be this corrupted this early in the relationship. But before we get into all the host of the favorites and the what have yous and the overrated, underrated, hot takes, our latest segment, anecdotes. Excuse me, those obviously debuted with Kieran Dioram. So if you haven't checked out that episode, it's from last week, Thursday. Some very interesting stuff. We touched on poetry, finding out that your childhood dream is never going to come true, playing professional rugby. Say that fast 3 times. Real tongue twister. But we wanted to just share a few of the reviews like we said we would, but then I've kind of forgotten. So here's one from K. May. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Great podcast. Yes. Thank you. 5 stars. I loaf this podcast. All the kid in brackets in around toastily the best. What would you say about that review, Chloë?
I love that.
It's brought me to tears with all those puns. If anyone says you can't put 3 puns in a series in a sentence, K May's got something else coming from you. So thanks for that. That was lovely.
I love you.
No thanks. Then Alexia Mendez. I don't know why I had such trouble with that name. Best thing since sliced bread or toast.
Like that.
Similar. The consistent joy I get from this podcast is unmatched. Pitbull would approve. Wow. And then our last one that we'll read out today is all the way from Singapore and from Sue. And it goes, I'm so delighted to have found KETS. It's smart, funny, current, fresh. And as a homesick South African, I live thousands of miles away. Listening to the podcast makes me happy and keeps the homesickness at bay. Sam and Chloë, you two are clever, funny, and groovy. Don't change. Thank you so much. Singapore Sue, that is a lovely review.
I'm tearing up.
Oh, you are. I fake tear up. You are genuine.
No,
look at those blue eyes.
I'm also sleep deprived, so I'm feeling a bit emotional today. But that was a very, very sweet review. And it means a lot when people comment. We love going through the comments. So thank you guys.
Absolutely. It makes getting up in the morning, editing this, shooting this, putting our hearts and souls on the line. It makes it so much more worth it. So thank you. And thank you for everyone who has been watching. Remember, do all the YouTube-y things. Just do it. If you can do it for Logan Paul, you can do it for your boy, the epileptic enigma. So, Chloe, a bit of show and tell. Let's
A bit of show and tell.
What have you got for us, Hiiiiiii?
All right, I'm just going to go fetch it
Hurry
from
back.
the floor.
Yeah.
So I brought along my glasses. I'm just putting them on.
Ooh.
Well, these are a bit dirty, no?
No, they look good.
They're fine, thank you. So actually, when I went to go and get my eye test for these, I didn't lie, okay? I was very truthful with my answers, but I can actually see perfectly, I think. Maybe I struggle a little bit, so I just really wanted glasses.
So, are those prescription glasses?
Yes.
But they must have I don't know what the terminology is, but they must have a pretty low lens.
Yes, I'll give these to Sam to try on, and he'll be able to see perfectly. I actually think maybe it makes your eyes worse if you wear these, but they do have blue light glasses, but I used to wear them to university pretending like I had bad eyesight.
Why?
I just wanted to look cool. Do you know what I mean?
So it's completely for the look.
For the look, yeah.
Okay,
you want to try them on?
I'll try them on.
This is like a complete opposite to Ben's. Remember when he bought his glasses and those were terrible?
Oh yeah, no, these actually it's like looking through glass, but fantastic. I think it's time.
You look so cute with them.
Well, you're not the only person trying to pretend to be someone else, because for my show and tell, and if you're listening, you wouldn't have had to see my face, but you've got some of the most disgusting lamb chops merging into a moustache. It is quite a look. I thought I'd make it my trademark look, but no one likes it. So on account of that, I will be shaving after this episode. I just wanted to show you guys what I've been trying to get a new look going. Someone was like, hey, you're doing it for Movember. I was like, oh, it's Movember. And whilst Movember is a great cause and it promotes suicide awareness and mental health and testicular cancer, above all, it promotes why the majority of the male population should not have facial hair.
Yes.
Hot take.
Hot take.
That's my hot take, I think. I don't know how many hot takes I can come up with today. But yeah, it's not for all the girlfriends and wives out there who have been putting up with their husbands, boyfriends, growth on their upper lip, we commend you. Well done. Yeah. Look at Chloe's face. That's how she looks at me in the morning.
No, I'm just not I like Sam's moustache. I'm just not a massive fan of the chops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just being honest.
Speaking of not being a massive fan of something, did you watch Bafana Bafana play Ghana last night in the World Cup qualifier?
No. Okay. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I pretend like I have watched stuff.
Yeah, I don't think anyone who watches, listens, or is surprised by that answer. But last night, and I might tear up during this, Bafana Bafana were robbed yet again of qualifying for the World Cup. Mm-hmm. It was an absolute joke. The Ghanaians won a penalty that just wasn't a penalty. FIFA is probably the most corrupt system outside of South Africa.
Yeah.
Do you maybe think Bafana Bafana are paying for the sins of South African politicians? We're so corrupt in South Africa that when we try and qualify for the World Cup, we have corrupt karma. Because we should have ultimately gone through if this penalty wasn't awarded and the game was a draw, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Conspiracy theories. I like it.
Well, FIFA is one big conspiracy theory, and there have been several occasions where they've had to replay matches because they've worked out that the ref was paid or there was cheating.
No ways.
Yeah. No, it's very South African FIFA, actually.
That's kind of like the Golden Globes. It's just rigged, you know?
Well, you do need good lighting. Hey, a bit of an industry joke there.
But also, we watched...
An industry we're not in. Making jokes about filmmaking. Sorry, I did interrupt you. Continue on, Chloe.
The Formula One Grand Prix last night was one for the books. That was one of the best Grand Prix I've ever watched.
We have to accept it. And I said it the other day. Lewis Hamilton is the greatest of all time. He might even be one of the greatest sportsmen of all time. Except F1's a bit too elite or elitist, because like soccer, so many people play soccer. So if you're the best of that, you really are the best. Billions play, whereas F1, only 20 can drive.
Yeah.
It's like a squad of...
Best of 20.
Exactly. And you got to have the money, as Mazepin proves on the daily basis. But enough sport, Chloe.
Oh.
Even I can't believe I've had to say that to you. You're just flapping your gums out here, chatting about sport. Wow, what next? Graham Schmish.
Graham Schmidt. Well, did you hear about the Miss South Africa controversy?
I heard stuff was going on about it, but I don't know what the actual controversy is.
The controversy. So basically, the South African government has withdrawn its support for the Miss SA competing in the Miss Universe competition in Israel, which is crazy. The government's pulled out. And I mean, obviously,
it's
Israel...
the first time government officials pulled out in South Africa.
A moment of silence.
For all the children.
But I mean, obviously, Israel has a lot of human rights violations. There are ongoing atrocities against Palestine. So it's understandable, but I don't know. Should the government withdraw?
Okay. Heavy. Guys, we try and be a comedy podcast, and then Chloe comes up and is bringing up hate crimes and war atrocities and unrest in the Middle East. And I've worked it out the other day, how we solve the unrest in the Middle East, how we finally bring peace to the Middle East. Everyone just needs to give up an hour and 45 minutes of their time to watch Don't Mess with the Zohan. If you watch that, you'll fundamentally understand we are all the same and should love each other, drink fizzy bubbly, and eat hummus. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. Also, the Zohan's body count. Let's just talk about his body count. That is so high.
Chloe, who is this person? And she's talking about sport, body count. Is this me? No, the Zohan, he had sex with a lot of old women in that hair salon. If you haven't watched Don't Mess with the Zohan, go watch it. But yeah, his body count was ridiculous. The main actor is, of course, God's gift to acting and comedy, Adam Sandler. So it's really funny.
I would not go as far as to say he's God's gift to comedy.
I love Adam Sandler. I think he's just hacked the game. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's having fun with it.
Okay. I can respect that.
Okay.
All right.
But back to Miss SA. Yes. So what's happened?
Yes.
They've just withdrawn their support, but she's still going to go.
Well, yes. And the joke is that Miss South Africa says that they aren't political.
Oh, the organization.
Yes.
But they literally make those poor girls come up with like their political...
Yeah.
What are you going to do this year? Well, I'm going to end world hunger. I'm going to feed every children. There will be no more hunger in this world. Bitch, we know all you ate today is a carrot. End your hunger first before you start lecturing.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that was a bit far.
Yeah.
A bit too far. But no, so they are political, well, they turn into political pieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
They make them role models for people in South Africa.
I don't know. Do we have, what's our takeaway from this? Nothing.
I don't know. I want to know everyone's opinion. Do you think that Miss South Africa should pull out?
I don't want to know everyone's opinion. I think that's very overrated. Like, I know, too early, pulling the gun on overrated. I think hearing everyone's opinion, no, why? That has never happened in the history of society before. Now we have the internet, and I have to be told that I look like Coach Steve on TikTok. Not everyone's opinion is worthy, except that was quite funny.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
Kids, no. I'm just going to stay away from that Coach Steve impression. But I don't think people respect us online. I don't think South Africa is respected. Would you agree with that?
Yes. No, I would, yeah.
We're a very disrespected nation, especially by the people who run it. I mean, who knows if we will have electricity this festive season?
Facts.
But do we need electricity this festive season? That's also worth asking. The price of petrol is disgustingly high. And all we've got is a Google Doc to try save Shell from literally gangbanging our coastline. I'm not very optimistic. Maybe I need coffee.
Yeah.
Or am I just like this? Am I just a grumpy person, or do I need coffee?
I think it's a bit of both.
Oh, That's not good.
A bit of both, yeah.
Would you say you're addicted to coffee?
No. But I think that's just what an addict would say. You know?
Yeah, no. Chloe has close to 3 coffees a day.
Oh, no, I have 3 coffees a day, not close.
Oh, and they're proper coffees. They're not Jacobs that you make there and you dance with your gran in the living room. These are proper from a machine, espresso. They make you want to shit yourself. You've got anxiety.
This is my hot take early on, okay? Jacobs, I don't think it even has caffeine in it. I have it in the morning and it does nothing. And Seattle puts like crack cocaine in their coffee because no other coffee makes me shake like that.
We would love a coffee sponsor.
Oh my goodness, we'd love that.
And alcohol. I said to myself the other day, I took a long hard look in the mirror and I said, you know what, Samuel? You got to stop drinking alcohol, juice, and anything that isn't water. So now I just drink water and coffee. I will update you on my journey. It'll probably...
What about yesterday?
What did I have yesterday?
I thought you had a beer.
No, I didn't. Stayed strong.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
I think we go through these cycles, Sam and I. It's like in the beginning of the month, we're like, no alcohol, at least during the week. And then
you
come the second week...
You should see Chloe's cycle at the end of the month.
What?
I tried to make a period joke. It was ill-advised, and I'm almost tearing up out of...
that was terrible.
Out of just embarrassment. Yeah. Apologies, everyone listening. Apologies, Chloe.
Yeah. I accept your apology, but just don't do it again.
Okay. I have been warned. I am aware of the situation. But we slipped in a few things there due to my grumpy rants. What is going on? Because you brought this to my attention as... with a lot of other girls on Instagram, the coastline in South Africa, the Western Cape.
I wasn't laughing about that. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, don't laugh about our coastline. Is being destroyed. What's happening? You said you knew what was going on. You'll talk about it on the podcast. I said great. Less research for me. Ricky Ponting highlights memorabilia.
No idea what that means, but yeah. All I'm saying is that we thought that straws were turtles' main concern. I don't know. I'm trying to make a Samuel joke anyway. No, but I mean, this is terrible. It'll do so much damage.
Wait, what is going on? You got to explain what's happening.
Oh, yes.
We don't live in your brain.
So basically Shell has put a proposal forward that they're going to blast the wild coast. Like looking for oil.
Gee, sounds pornographic. Blast the wild coast. Have you ever been blasted? Let us know in the comments below.
I thought we didn't want to know everyone's opinions.
I want to know people's opinions about being blasted.
Experiences. So it's selected. Sorry, I just got distracted about
sex.
Yeah, and seeing people's comments on Pornhub. It's hilarious. Have you ever looked in the comment section?
I have. How do you comment? You'd have to have an account.
I have no idea.
I think you do.
The comments are wild. Like some people give constructive criticism of what they'd like to see. A lot of people are lonely. They say after watching this just made me feel worse.
I see a lot of people being like, hang in there, kings. I'm 10 days clean. I'm like, you're not 10 days clean commenting on porn videos. You're definitely stroking the monkey, as it is said. But while we're on the topic of sex, I've just thought of it now because Chloe doesn't want to speak about coastlines and environmental issues and things that matter. One of the weirdest things I think when you see or you go out on a double date or you see a couple, this might just be me, I might be insane, but the first thing I do is picture them having sex.
100%.
Okay, so that's the thing.
Yeah, no, it's 100% a thing.
And it's just funny. It makes me all giggly like a little boy.
But I want to know because I want to know.
What the hell do you want to know? You know they're having sex. What more do you want to know?
I don't know. I want to know if my thoughts are right, but I also don't want to know. But anyways, let's get back to the wild coast.
I just want everyone to know that detour was fully sponsored by Chloe. I know you accuse me of going down the dirty rabbit holes, but that was 100% Chloe.
That was me.
I just indulged her.
Yes. Okay. But anyways, this blasting. Don't go down that rabbit hole again. This blasting of the wild coast it's going to be devastating to marine life as well as our fishing industry.
So who's blasting?
Shell.
I came out blasting.
Pow, pow.
So shallow blasting, and what's it for? Oil, I assume.
Yes, yeah.
Is this why petrol's so expensive, or is it more so because we have a broken government?
Both.
Okay.
A bit of both.
So
probably.
So this is what's been doing the.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. This is what's been doing the rounds on social media.
Yes. Oh, and of course, there's also there's a change.org a change.org petition that has now got something like 90,000 signatures.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know how much these petitions do. Do you know what I mean?
No, Chloe, you're positive.
Oh, sorry.
I'm skeptical.
Oh.
Stay in your lane. You're supposed to give everyone hope and joy, and I'll drag them back to reality. Yeah, no, these petitions, do they work? And I'm not saying that sarcastically. I genuinely would like to know if a petition has worked. Again, I don't say that sarcastically. The more you say that you aren't trying to be sarcastic, ironically, the more sarcastic you sound. Life fact. But do they change anything?
Well, I mean, it is called change.org, so you'd hope so. But no, there has been change.
Well, this
after
is called Kids Eat Toast sometimes. Have you seen Toast ever?
True.
Have you ever seen Toast? Maybe up there? Is that even in the shot?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that even in the shot? You should think more highly of me.
Breathe. Give me a shot.
What do you mean, breathe?
That's a little Drake reference.
No, but so
Champagne puppy.
with change.org, they're actually a for-profit website. So you know when it says donate, donate to the cause, we think you're donating to the cause, it actually donates it to change.org.
But this is what I've never understood of why people are critical of stuff like that, because of course you need to pay someone to do the changing work.
I think it's because it's confusing. So a big thing was the George Floyd petition.
Oof.
And people were donating because they thought it would go to George Floyd's family, and it was actually going to change.org. And no, it's crazy.
What a bunch of snakes.
But that's what I'm saying. Apparently they said that it goes towards like promoting the petition, like you're just paying for it to, like, I don't know, be relevant.
Be made into an Instagram ad. Oh, fuck these people. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
It's even worse than I suspected. Oh, God. Do you have any good news, Chloe? Do you have any good news for me to get us going again?
Well, I don't know if this is good news, but it is funny. So... haha. I don't know.
Haha. Jesus.
I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Reddit, probably quite a few of you, but Cape Townians at the moment are arguing, defending the Gatsby on Reddit, right?
What's it been defended from?
From hate. Yeah. Someone, we'll get to that in a bit, but someone was basically saying how much they hate Gatsby's. It was like a hot take. You know, so for our international listeners,
Sue in Singapore.
Yeah. Basically, a Gatsby, it actually originated in Cape Town, Western Cape, represent. And it's basically like a sub filled with chips and your sauces of choice.
A Gatsby is not a sub filled with chips and
I tried my best to describe
and
it.
sauces and filling. Yes, maybe that's what it looks like. But a Gatsby is community. It's a bite of love. It's sharing, and above all, it is truly South African. Will it lead to heart disease? Almost inevitably, but we love it. Hands off our Gatsbys. I'm going to make a change.org petition.
Hands off our Gatsbys.
Hands off our Gatsbys and hands back on them. But no, so why are they hating what is there to hate?
So one Redditor made a post online, I'll read it out for you, about how much they hate Gatsbys. And they said, I don't want to eat food the size of a newborn. And it makes me feel so bloated that I can't properly walk or move after. So... what are your thoughts on that?
No, shut up. Not you, this person. I think you sent me this chain of comments and someone literally wrote there, this might be the cuckest opinion of 2021. And that's pretty funny. We're not going to say comments and pretend that those are our jokes. We know that people out. We see you. Mm-hmm. You're not funny. You're just basically reading someone else's stuff. We see you. Ooh, jeez. Getting a bit feisty here in the podcast scene. Ooh. But no, what I would say to that person, first of all, you're eating the Gatsby wrong. You can't eat a Gatsby by yourself.
Do you remember your first Gatsby?
I do. It was with Jordan, who I have threatened to sell on this podcast before, but it was wonderful, and it's a sharing moment. It's delicious. Do you feel a tiny bit gross after all that grease and food afterwards? Yes, but it's supposed to be shared. Whoever the stupid fatty is on Reddit, you can't eat a Gatsby by yourself. I mean, who am I to judge? Do you? But I would suggest watch an episode, or rather watch one of the Fast and the Furious films, or Lilo and Stitch, to really find out what family is all about.
But that is what people were saying. So
Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind. Nagapachuki. Lilo and Stitch was a special time in the entertainment industry.
That's true.
Did you watch Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah, of course.
What was Lilo's older sister's name?
Yo, I don't know.
She had a dump truck ass and was always swaying around.
Did, yeah.
I was very, very attracted to it.
Yeah.
What was your favorite animation film or piece of animation of all time?
I think Big Hero 6. I had a crush on the older brother.
What's Big Hero 6? I never heard of that shit, man.
I never heard of that shit. It's basically, have you seen like the little like blown up robot?
Oh,
He's
and
like
yes. How was that? That is so sad.
I know.
That is. Oh, I sobbed in that movie. Sorry, Big Hero 6 for the disrespect. Wow.
Yeah.
My favorite undoubtedly is Madagascar.
Oh, that's
I
brilliant.
like to move it. King Julian, he should have got an Oscar for that. I don't know what sort of nominations he got. But in Madagascar, you've got the Ben Stiller who plays Marty the lion. Is it? Or is Marty the zebra? Jesus, I'm falling apart
No,
here.
Marty's the zebra. Yeah.
Yeah. Alex the lion. Yeah, that's Alex. But he's just completely delusional. You've got the penguins. Kowalski, flip it. Yeah, that's the penguins, what they do. And it's just unbelievably...
It is.
Shut up, Maurice. I think I've bullied everyone I've ever thought to be lower than me with that line.
That is.
I don't think anyone's lower
That's
than
brilliant.
me, except some people. But yeah, so... What else?
Yeah.
What other? And who was your first animated
I-
character that you were sexually attracted to?
Oh, Jack Frost and it wasn't Guardians of the Galaxy, Legends of the Galaxy, or it was Guardians of the Galaxy. Ugh, I don't know. Something of the Galaxy, I can't remember.
Okay, it wasn't very memorable. I remember the first animated character I fell in love with. It was Shigo from Kim Possible. Oh.
I thought you were going to say the Elastigirl.
From The Incredibles. She is also a snack and a half. But the first time I was really sexually attracted and felt bad about it was watching Shark Tale. That red fish with them hips. I think it was played by Angelina Jolie. It was very confusing. Fun fact about Shark Tale, or not a fun fact, but I think I worked this out in a dream the other day, is that Lenny, the shark who doesn't eat fish, was actually a sort of extended metaphor for being gay, because he was different and he didn't fit in. And I thought, wow, that was amazing. Or I could be wrong and I'm actually just insulting the gay community instead of celebrating it. Don't let us know in the comments below.
No, we don't want your opinion.
There is no love like LGBTQ hate, I'll tell you that much. Learned that the hard way.
Okay, but going back...
Where are we going back to? We've gone down a lot of avenues here.
Going back to Gatsby's, I remember my first Gatsby.
Okay, tell us more.
Yes, yeah. Thank you for asking.
Well, you've just...
Okay, but I think that my dad and I were pretty uneducated on Gatsby's, you know.
You white people.
Whiteys, yeah.
Yeah, we give you a...
So we went to go get Gatsby's and we ordered two, one for each of us, right?
These people.
Yeah. And the shop owner looked at us like we were crazy, which we probably were. I did my level best at finishing that thing. I think, and I was 10 years old, I think that I got through half of it.
Gee, were you severely overweight at the time?
No.
How were you packing that thing in?
I don't know. When I'm a very determined person, you know.
Chloe eats food like this as well. She takes, if you're listening, she gets her little fingers all the way to end. And she eats it and she smiles when she's eating. Loves food. And
like
we love that for her.
Like a little squirrel, yeah.
A Gatsby.
What were your opinions on the Great Gatsby?
Chloe, you are on fire with some of these transitions today.
Thank you.
If you are listening, which we love oh so much, we just high-fived, but I'm sure you could work it out.
Sam actually slapped my ass.
That's disgusting, Chloe.
They'll never know.
What's happened to you? You used to be so innocent and exciting, and now you're just jaded and overly sexualized.
I started watching Jordan Peterson.
No, you haven't. Anyway, The Great Gatsby, wonderful film.
Yes.
Good book as well. F. Scott Fitzgerald, a raging alcoholic, but a fantastic book. You can do both, clearly. But yeah, no, what a transition. What did you think of the... Who played Gatsby? Oh, DiCaprio. DiCaprio. Oh, he's been in the news again. Did you see that incident he had with Jeff Bezos's girlfriend at the time of the red carpet? That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
What did you... Have you ever looked at that while you've been with someone else? Because basically, if you don't know what's happened, Jeff Bezos and Bezos, who the fuck cares? He's a billionaire. He was at this red carpet event sort of with his new post-divorce fling. Or I don't know, that's rude to her. Well, I don't think it's going to last for long, but that's besides the point. And anyway, they bump into DiCaprio, as one does when you're the richest man in the world. And this woman, is literally looking up at DiCaprio being like, I would have your children right now in front of Jeff. And it's really awkward.
It just goes to show money only goes so far, you know?
Yeah. No, 100%.
Like
you have to have money and be good looking for it really to push you over the edge.
Jeff Bezos isn't, I'm afraid.
Ha, 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 ha.
Is that how he laughs?
That's how he laughs.
You know, I saw a video of Mark Zuckerberg and he goes... You know, we're all human. I'm human. No, he says, we're all human. I was a human. I mean, I am a human. If I can find it, I saw it on TikTok. It's hilarious.
We are literally run by lizard people. I firmly believe that.
What was that? We're watching...
It's an obscure TV show, Chloe. Come on. I know you're trying to make...
I just loved it with the lizard people.
You're trying to make massive transitions here. And I must say, you have been outstanding.
Thank you. 9
out of 10 so far. But you nearly bumped yourself down to an 8. But no, it's wild. Jeff Bezos, I wouldn't even want to be him.
No, me either.
I think I would. I take that back. I would like to be DiCaprio.
I also wouldn't. DiCaprio's... Yeah, I like DiCaprio, but he often dates women who are much younger than him.
What's wrong with that?
But they're like on the line. You know, he's like 40, right? And he dates these like 20-year-olds.
But what is wrong with that? I'm genuinely asking.
I think that it's that these girls are impressionable. They haven't yet... I mean, I'm 21, right? Like, I feel like I haven't matured properly yet. I feel like there's a power imbalance. Not that it's illegal. You do what you want to do.
He is Leonardo DiCaprio. He could date anyone and there would be a power imbalance.
Yeah, that's true. It just feels wrong.
I don't have a set opinion on this sort of stuff. I just think it's weird that we have like such strong opinions when an older guy dates a younger girl.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a line, and that's called the law. But I think it's funny when people have such strong opinions, and it's like, well, if you could be DiCaprio and hanging around with the most attractive models in the world, wouldn't you do it?
No.
Say I died tragically in some sort of podcasting related accident. It happens.
R.I.P.
And you know, like this 50-year-old, and then there's just like this plethora of young 20, you know, just Calvin Klein looking models. They're intelligent, they're sweet, they cater for you. You would get with them.
No.
You would. Sorry guys, Chloe is lying yet again.
I'm into dad pods at the moment.
Exactly. And that's why you would date DiCaprio. And what does that say about my body?
What? No, I wasn't saying that at all.
Next topic.
It's like you were saying like you're into MILFs. I'm not a MILF.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? No, you're fit. You're in shape. I'm just saying.
No, you sound like a hostage lying to get away with it.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
Speaking of hostages lying, did you watch that FW the Klerk? It was almost like he died and then released a mixtape.
Bizarre.
It wasn't good. First of all, I want to state it out the gate. I don't think it's good to celebrate someone's death, but I don't also think that everyone has to mourn every death. That's a pretty normal thing to say. Having said that, it has been very divisive in the wake of his death for many South Africans, because lots of people, both black and white, across racial lines, have gone, yeah, but he ended apartheid and blah, blah, blah. He was also part of keeping apartheid going for very long. So, that's like halfway through the Holocaust, Hitler ended it and be like, oh, but he ended it. Yeah, he started it and he's killed millions of people. Excuse me. Again, not that I think it's a great idea to always compare atrocities with each other, but up until a year ago, he wouldn't even admit that apartheid was a crime against humanity.
He admitted it after he was dead.
I didn't even really hear an apology.
No, he said he's sorry for the pain that was caused. He didn't say he's sorry for apartheid.
The fact that he couldn't outright deny it and be like, this was terrible, papa, this was so terrible, I take some of the gold. There's still murders and victims' families that have no closure, what happened to their loved ones. It is terrible. Yeah. So, I don't know. But what I think is the more interesting talking point, not in the South African setting, of course, this is very fascinating and worth getting your teeth into, but we're not those guys for you to do it with. But it's death and real funny. I've always found that these bizarre unwritten rules about death. So you could have hated a person, and I'm not talking about F.W. de Klerk anymore. Anyone. Absolutely hated them. No time, you wouldn't do anything. But when they die, there's this respect. Yeah. And it's like, no, don't say bad things. Where does that come from? I've always thought it's this bizarre.
I know. It's weird. Or it's like, they lit up the room. It's like, did they?
No, they sucked.
Did they light up the room? I feel like whenever I watch true crime podcasts, whenever they say they lit up the room, I'm like, that means they're going to die. I feel like if you light up the room, you better count your days.
Yeah, please stop trying to light up the room. No, I've always it's like this politeness that we have as humans. Be like, no, they were such a great person. Da, da, da. I was like, you haven't spoken to this person in 10 years. They weren't great enough to have in your life. But it's pretty, wow.
Dropping truth bombs.
Truth bombs, yeah. Let's get it. How can we make this more funny? F.W. de Klerk had a micro penis. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a video denouncing that. Oh, no.
I feel like we are just bad-mouthing the dead.
No.
It's just something that just feels wrong about
It's classless, I think. I was actually trying to bring some comedic relief. Okay. It was, of course, nette grappie.
Nette grappie. Yeah.
Our Afrikaans listeners.
Well, something else that made me laugh that I saw recently.
Oh, yes. Let's hear it.
Was Kolisi signing a fan's bum. And then slapping it afterwards.
Did he slap it after? Not only signing it, but giving it a slap. And for context, it's a South African fan in a South African Speedo. So Kolisi signs it and slaps his ass after. Yeah. Ooh, you can only imagine the treatment Rachel gets. But that goes back to our earlier point. They're a very famous couple in South Africa. A lot of South Africans have undoubtedly pictured them having sex. We have to look at facts and be led by science and logic.
Okay, fair.
That is fair. I would... Kolisi. My brother just got his book. So if he could read, it would be a great read. But bishops are still working on that with their grade 11s.
You're so rude about Rupert on this podcast.
No, it's the only way my brother, who I support, I watch almost every cricket match, I watch his rugby, all that sort of stuff. The only way he will watch or listen to this podcast is if there's any like defamation of his character, because he wants to now do media control. No, this podcast, it's a lie. It's so supposed. No, rugby is so important in South Africa that Rupert, who is my brother, he played SA Schools hockey. I don't think I received a single message from a friend or family member, anything. He is now the bishop's co-vice captain. And I have had about 10 messages. People greet me in public being like, congrats on your brother.
Well, it's still an achievement.
No, 100%. But you'd think becoming a South African schools hockey player trumps being a vice captain.
Yeah, that's true. I think just hockey isn't as popular as rugby.
It's true.
You know?
The facts are facts.
Hockey players don't get paid as much as rugby players.
You guys are getting paid?
What?
I don't think, they aren't. Anyway, we've gone back to school somehow, which is nice. It's exam season.
Yeah.
Chloe's got her last exam tomorrow, so wish her some luck.
Excited.
Wish her some luck. Then we're going to get on the podcast grind. We're going to get on our other company's grind, making that December money.
I can't even describe how much I need a break.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So
that's right.
to prevent Chloe from breaking down, wish her well in the comments below. DM her. I know you guys do that already. Someone DMs the Kids Eat Toast accounts, which I feel is pretty obviously run by me, or I spend more time on it. This person just DMs the Kids Eat Toast. Chloe, drop Sam.
What?
Yeah, I deleted that. I can't have you seen those. Can't have you scratching around that. No, anyway. So wish her luck. Chloe, good luck. Not that you're going to need it. She's a real brain box. So do you have any exam sort of superstitions or things you do before exams?
100%. And I don't know where this started. I think I was like in grade 6. I have to like almost sort of like flick my hands and sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And then I have to rub my stomach. I do that before every single exam. Like right before I write.
That has to be a lie.
I promise you.
Swear in your life.
Swear in my life.
Pinky swear.
Pinky swear.
Why have I never heard of this before?
I've literally told you about this before. But I sing it like silently. I'm like, twinkle, twinkle. And I have to sing the whole song.
Where does that come from?
No idea. But I do it before every exam and I've never failed once. So now I'm like scared. Now I just do it every time.
Jeez, that's great. I used to convince myself that I had a photographic memory. I don't. But the best pre-match exam routine also came from Jordan, who maybe we must have him on the podcast. He'd be so funny. Yeah, we'll look into that. But anyway, Jordan, before every exam, so he wouldn't actually study or do a lot of studying. Like maths paper 1, he's maybe going to dedicate an hour and a half, to matric finals.
That's fair.
But for something like history, he was convinced that if he read every page, he would have seen everything he needs to know. I guess he was also banking on a photographic memory. Jordan, we know it didn't go too well.
I think that's literally my tactic for this exam. It's because it's at the end. You are really struggling to care. You kind of just like, what will happen, and sort of like not really study properly.
There's a fine line in exam season from being completely anxious and worked up and killing yourself with studying to the like 30 minutes before the exam where it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like maybe I will actually just go teach English in China next year.
Oh, yeah, that was a hot take.
You're not dealing with your breakup. You're just surrounding yourself with a lot of cute Asian kids.
Samuel.
I also kind of got that from the internet.
Oh.
It's because someone sent it to me when I was going through a breakup. They're like, haha, try this. I was like, too real.
Maybe I will.
We've done enough hot takes. I feel we should just overrate and underrate and leave this bish.
No, I've got one hot take.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Hot take. The Cheetah Girls was better than High School Musical. I said it.
I don't know.
Just on so many different levels, it was better than High School Musical.
Okay, because I don't know who the Cheetah Girls are, I will give you that hot take.
Okay.
Great hot take.
I don't think that people in the comments will. I just don't.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Okay. Are you ready for overrated, underrated?
Give it to me.
Give it to me. Overrated, underrated. I think we need a little theme song for that.
We need lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Money.
Okay. Are you ready? King Julian.
King Julian. Underrated. How he didn't go on like a world tour after Madagascar. Oh, did they go on a world tour because they were in the ship?
Samuel, I hate to break it to you, but he doesn't exist in real life.
King Julian is real. You cannot... severely underrated. Probably one of my favorite characters of all time.
All right. Gatsby's overrated or underrated?
Gatsby's are underrated. They have to be underrated. They literally keep the lights on in the Western Cape. They're delicious. That's all I have to say.
I'm craving a Gatsby. Maybe we should get one today. Exams.
What have you ever had a Polony Gatsby? Because I will say, and maybe I'll get some pushback from, that's not it, guys. Listeriosis nearly crippled this economy. And now we're still fucking with Polony Gatsby's. Not for me.
Oh. Yeah, I can't remember what I had on my Gatsby. I think it was delicious, like a mayonnaise
steak
on
masala.
chips. Chicken, I think.
Yeah, safe.
Remember. Shredded chicken.
Shredded bread. Okay.
Anyways.
Moving on.
Exams, overrated or underrated?
Exams are underrated. I used to love exam season. You went home at 1:00. You did all the work you felt you had to do. And it was just fun, I feel. That's a controversial opinion.
I love being able to eat sweets during exams. That was my favorite.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Destroying the environment.
Destroying the environment, underrated. It needs more attention. You see? We're mixing up the overrated, underrated definitions. No, destroying the environment, I don't know. People seem to be doing a pretty good job at it, so keep at it, you fuckers.
Okay, and last but not least, Cyril Ramaphosa.
Cyril Ramaphosa, severely overrated. Severely. Everyone goes, President Cupcake, Cyril, our hero. He is literally part of a government that has stolen millions. They don't care about you. Just because he's cute and cuddly and looks like a good time doesn't mean he is a good time.
Also, hashtag remember Marikana.
Jeez, but heavy to pepper that in there. But no, true. No, good, Chloe.
Yeah,
remember Marikana. There has been no accountability from that. There's been no accountability from that civil unrest, which was just fucking anarchy and KZN and Joburg. A bit of a dark ending. But that's how I feel about President Cupcake.
Night, night.
My favorite minister was Zweli Mkhize, the Minister of Health.
Yeah.
Corrupt as a fucker.
Was he the one who's involved in digital vibes?
Digital vibes, yeah. I guarantee you, and I want this to be on record, he's been like excused from his position, He will come back in the next year to a very high-paying, highly respectable position in the government.
I gotta agree.
And I hate them for it.
All right.
But what we don't hate is you. We love you guys. So thank you again for joining us on a Monday evening. It is so great to consistently do these and build this community and hear all the fantastic love that you guys have for the podcast. So thank you so much. Really, if you ever thought, oh, my comment's not funny, should I like this? Like the video, comment. Like I said, share it like an STD, baby. It means so much to us. It also helps us fight Big Daddy algorithm. And we're growing, and that's great. But that's only with the help of you guys. So thank you so much. Keep it up. Keep DMing your exes. Or DM new people as well. A bit of both.
That's how we ended up together.
Yeah. And remember, if none of it works out here in South Africa, you can always go to Miami to lose your mind, dale.
Or China to teach kids.
Exactly. Chlo dog?
Woof.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.